Tail of the tape brought to you by Arkham Trade with Intelligence. Gabriel Braga, 27. Cheyden Leialoha, 32. Braga, 1 inch taller, and he carries a 3-inch reach advantage tonight. Gabriel Braga is in the black trunks. Cheyden Leialoha in the gold. 3 5-minute rounds at 145 pounds. Sean O'Connell and Dan Hardy on the broadcast. Kennedy Smith, our cage side reporter, and some kicks to start this action.
Yeah, I like how Braga always edges forward with that high guard, slightly weighted on his back foot, starts to push his opponent back against the fence and just lets their attacks bounce off him. And every time he throws with everything that he's got. Big power in everything, calculated but stalks. Hard jab down the center line.
You see him switch stances, they just did there. Takedown here from Cheyden Leialoha.
Yeah, Leialoha trying to control the wrist, but Braga's popped back to his feet. He goes again. Breaks his fall with his elbow. That must have jarred his shoulder a little. Still scrambling, but Leialoha has managed to get control of that wrist.
He's got the far side wrist ride, does Leialoha. You saw Gabriel Braga look up to campaign to the referee. Ain't a right hand for those efforts.
Yeah, Braga's telling the referee that he's got control of his glove, but we can see from this position that if he did have, he's released it now. Braga's trying to turn into his opponent. He could take a half guard position here if he's able to dig his left arm as an underhook. Great work by Leialoha, elevating the legs though. Braga's struggling to build up with one of his legs being controlled. Gonna try and get that leg free, get a knee to the floor.
Shelving that bottom leg makes it impossible for Braga to build this base that he's now able to after he got the leg back.
Good pressure by Leialoha.
Gotta be careful where he aims that knee.
Very careful.
Braga is a downed opponent. He cannot be kneed in the head until both feet are on the mat. Another lift from Cheyden and a big slam.
Big slap. Some shots to the side of the head as well as Braga's trying to scramble. We often see him on the back foot in the first round for a period of time before he starts to turn it around. I'm sure doing his research at the Braga camp, we're expecting this kind of approach from Leialoha.
Got to be a confidence builder for Cheyden. This wrestling success. And again, he attempted knees to the head there while Braga was grounded. Referee did not warn him that time.
Yeah, he should have had a warning from the referee there just to make sure that doesn't happen again, because it looked clear that he was aiming for the head without knowing that the knee was down.
He's actually lucky they didn't land. They were blocked by Gabriel Braga. And again, he's stepping up in competition. He's on a big show for a first time. These are rules he knows, but you can forget a lot of things when the mental pressure is on like it is. Braga back to his feet with a body lock.
Yeah, he's got the double underhooks, but does he really want to engage in this grappling exchange? He might decide that he's better to try and take top position than to try and break and defend takedowns. Working these knees to the hips and the legs fairly well at the moment. He really needs to win this head position battle.
Braga's finishes have come mostly with his striking. 7 by knockout, 1 by submission. Leialoha's got the even split. 8 finishes out of 11 victories, 4 by knockout, 4 by submission.
Tries for the takedown, but Leialoha was able to keep his balance. Braga trying to work these inside frames, maybe looking to break and strike. Yeah, the crowd getting restless.
Spinning back fist. Back to the center of the cage for the final minute or so.
Braga pushing his opponent back, hard low kick again to the lead leg.
End of the body, big overhand right, partially blocked. Braga trying to work that lead calf. Went after it again, checked this time by Cheyden.
Really committing to those low kicks.
Nice little upward elbow as Braga came crashing in. Leialoha recognized he didn't have space to throw a real right hand. turn it into an elbow.
Yeah, Braga needs to use a few feints here to try and cover his opening attack. It seems to me like Leialoha is waiting to counter.
The elbow, nice little cut. Can't tell if it's the bridge of the nose or the forehead. Braga with a couple punches.
Stop! And around, and around. 2, 2, fight!
Welcome back to second round action here at Wintrust Arena in Chicago. Gabriel Braga in the dark trunks, Cheyden Leialoha in the light.
Again, Braga on the front foot with a tight guard. A few more feints from him this time around, but he's opening up with power punches again. Big kick from Leialoha. I expect Braga to go back to the low kick, as I was just about to say it. That's a nice level change from Leialoha, but good initial reaction from Braga, who tries to Uchimata out of the position, still finds himself lifted and slammed.
Excellent work to re-wrestle there by Leialoha after the initial takedown didn't work. Never let go of that body lock grip. Able to elevate and drop Gabriel Braga here against the cage, the Hawaiian working.
I think that upward elbow that you spotted in the first round, Sean, has caused a cut to the forehead of Gabriel Braga. They put some grease on it, but it's just above one of his eyes. Got to keep an eye on that, because if Leialoha keep working on that cut, we might get the doctor involved.
Spinning back elbow attempted there by Braga, but Cheyden recognized and was able to block it with his forearms. Good work behind the jab there for Braga now.
Braga making the cage very small for Leialoha.
Body attack there with the left hand, and look at him continue to shift stances. Gabriel Braga showing orthodox, then when the direction reverses, he'll go back to the southpaw stance.
I like those searching hooks to the head and body that we see from Braga. As he's got his opponent moving along the fence, sometimes they just can't get away from the punch. Nice. Short counter, good defense from Braga as well. Leialoha very much trapped up against the fence. Might be thinking about another level change, see if he can get this fight to the floor one more time.
That lead leg's starting to get tender, and you can see Cheyden now kind of trying to hide it with a stance switch.
Leialoha being very calm under pressure. He's covering and countering these punches, allowing Gabriel Braga to go first. Good steady pressure.
Body kick from Cheyden.
I think Braga needs to think about going back to the body again. He's getting the arms of Cheyden Leialoha up really high. He's got to feint high and come back to the body. I think he can expose a target there. Tries with the big elbow. Eats the calf kick. Look at the swelling on the front side of the leg.
Really nasty contusion under the tattoo of Cheyden Leialoha. If you can get a side angle on it, you can see how serious the swelling is already.
Big shots.
There's a body shot.
Yeah.
Thudding impact.
I like the way that he slings that into the ribs. Good level change there from Leialoha, who now turns and runs his opponent to the fence. Braga with the whizzer, with the wrist control. Digs the underhook and turns, very nice. Braga's got to win this head position. Breaks and strikes.
Oh, nice. Well-timed knee. It was blocked by Braga. Didn't like being on the defensive there. Stabbed forward with a big left hand. And that lead calf is becoming a major problem for Cheyden Leialoha.
That leg's going to feel rough on the journey home, I can tell you that. Tries for a low kick of his own, but Braga just doesn't seem fazed by it. Big power head kick.
Another jab from Braga.
It's such a bullying style, isn't it, from Gabriel Braga? Even when he's not returning, you can feel the pressure that his opponents are under.
But to the point you made in the first round, Dan, it sometimes takes him into the second frame before he really establishes himself with that forward pressure and offense. If we get to the end of this round, we might be headed around 3, even on the scorecard.
Big shots to the body again.
Final few seconds of the round. Cheyden Leialoha tries a right hand, is able to evade the return knee.
Nice.
Round 3 next.
Did a good job in between rounds to stem the bleeding and slow it down.
Final round. Fight!
Round 3 here. Gabriel Braga advancing on Cheyden Leialoha. Brazil versus Hawaii in this one. The Hawaiian tests a high kick, blocked by Braga.
No, you set it up.
Lovely steady pressure again by Braga. Got a few feints going as well. Leialoha needs to try and find his way either off the fence or into top position. Because even if the striking's even at this point, Braga looks like the bully. He's got the cage control. He's got steady pressure here, and he's doing real good damage with the shots that he is throwing. And that lead leg must feel like mashed potato right now, Sean.
If it wasn't so heavily tattooed, it'd be a lot more noticeable, but
Yeah.
it's not the shape that it was when Cheyden Leialoha walked into the smart cage tonight. That is for certain.
Here's a good calf kick, though, by Leialoha. Big right hand by Braga, still stalks. I'd like to see him go back to the body again. He had some success with that in the second round. There he is.
Body shot, left hook there from Braga. And now Leialoha on the offensive.
You've got to wonder whether the damage to the lead leg has compromised Leialoha's ability to level change, as I was just about to say it. The pressure build-up in that lower leg can make it very uncomfortable to bend your knee. See, good defense here by Braga as well. He's got the underhook, looks for the outside reap of his own.
He goes legal.
Head position here for Braga. Now he gets his takedown.
Nifty little foot bump on the body lock, and he's into this top position. Go to takedownshop.com, official apparel sponsor of the PFL. Scan the QR code on your screen right now.
Leialoha's got to start to scramble here, got to try and wrestle to top position. At the moment, he's being very defensive. He's trying to overhook, but his toes caught in the fence as well.
Able to block the offense from Braga on top, who's got half a round to work here. Big elbow.
Yeah, that was a solid connection. I think Braga's going to be very confident just to sit here and keep chipping away. Leialoha is really the one that's got to make something happen. He's got to start scrambling. Less than half a round to go, and he keeps overhooking. That's only a stay of execution. It only holds your opponent down for a moment. Arm triangle attempt by Braga. He's not really interested, though, I don't think. More interested just to keep damaging.
Left hand working here for Gabriel Braga on top.
Leialoha tries to sit up and across the body of Gabriel Braga. Puts himself in a head and arm position again. He's kind of jammed up against the fence, though. It's going to be difficult for Braga to finish that. Leialoha with a butterfly hook. Can he utilize it? He looks like he's a little bit broken here, to be honest, Sean. He's more trying to think defensively than anything else. Right in front of his corner as well.
Just over a minute now in round number 3. Gabriel Braga tries another elbow. Now the right hand working from the top position. Back into the closed guard.
Push off his hips.
The corner team of Leialoha really trying to employ him to move. 45 seconds we come into now. Braga's worked past the legs. He could be working himself into a side control position if he can clear the near side knee.
Go 2-1. 2-on-1 and stand up.
30 seconds, Shayden.
With that left knee, shoot in, Shayden. You gotta go.
He needs a
Shayden,
big
everything
30
you have,
seconds,
gotta go.
Leialoha.
30 seconds, work to get up.
Shayden,
Braga's going to
everything
be
you got,
quite
let's
happy
go.
to stay here and
30
keep landing
seconds,
these
Shayden.
big shots. Bam, there's another one. Huge statement for the judges.
Stand up, 2-on-1, stand up. 2-on-1,
Braga
stand up.
trying to fight his way back into the win column. His most recent outing, a loss to eventual champion Jesus Pinedo in the 2025 World Tournament.
Went for the vice grip, but decided against it given the short time. Very
Stop. End the
impressive
fight,
performance.
boys. Hands up, good fight,
Turn
good
it on
fight.
in round 2 and 3. Gabriel Braga.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we turn to the judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges scored the fight 29-28 in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, Gabriel Braga!
Click below to subscribe and watch more MMA content.